Daisy, another question. So, like, just so you understand where I'm coming from, I've always thought that Fresh and Fit were pieces of shit. So, all your arguments about Fresh, I think, are largely true. But here's the part that is like massive contradiction on your end is that you went pretty hard at Fresh for encouraging an abortion. You said that's against your religion, but then you wound up getting an abortion. Do you see that contradiction?
Yeah, I do. I'll tell you why. Because in the beginning, I thought there was something real between me and him, and I really wished to keep the baby with him. But after all this bullying and stuff, and show that character who he is, I do not want to have a baby with this type of person. I don't want to involve my life with this person. I don't, and I'm very like under a lot of stress. And you don't know how it's difficult for a woman to carrying a baby for 10 months in the United States, and also to raise a child by herself, because I do have a lot of responsibilities as well. I can't just ruin my life for this like how to say douchebag.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't.
I totally get that, and I think you
Because
probably made the right decision. But
he never.
that's not what I'm talking about. So, like, for example, when this whole thing started, a big part of the thing you were saying on streams is that, like, hey, Fresh wanted me to get an abortion. That's like killing a life. So you were saying that after you knew he was a piece of shit, and it is definitely then a contradiction if you say that and then you go ahead and get an abortion because that makes it seem like, hey, she's not actually pro life. She was just pissed off at
So
Fresh.
no, but the thing, like, I'm Daisy's friend, and she's staying with me in New York. Like, I've seen how she suffer, and like a woman, like, for me, I'm studying a lot, I'm working a lot, but like, for me, my dream is to have a family and to have babies. She was taking supplements to have the baby, but she really wanted the baby. So of course, like, after seeing all this shit, like, she just didn't want to go through that anymore.
I totally get that.
That's
Like,
why that's
what?
why it seems like a contradiction, because she really wanted, she was taking the supplements, but after, like, just step in her position, or your mom or your daughter, would you let your daughter to have a baby with this type of guys?
I totally get that. And I think Daisy made the right decision, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the contradiction between her shaming Fresh for wanting to get an abortion. That's what I'm talking about. I agree with you that she probably made the right decision. I don't fault her. I'm not pro life. I think I don't fault her for doing what she did. I think it's something that she had to do for her own well being. But I'm saying there's a contradiction between her shaming Fresh for essentially wanting to get an abortion and her getting one.
Because when they were talking originally, he wanted the baby. When they talk in person, he wanted the baby. But for a woman to go through an abort is very difficult, because maybe sometimes, like Daisy, maybe she wouldn't be able to have babies anymore, because that happened to my aunt. She got pregnant when she was 16. That was in the 80s, whatever, 70s, and now, like, she doesn't. She's single. She doesn't have family. She doesn't have babies. It's big shit for a woman. This is a big deal.
I think you're misunderstanding me because I'm not saying that there's something wrong with her getting the abortion,
No,
right?
you're saying contradiction, right?
Right. You're talking about how in the beginning she wants to have that baby. That could all be well and true, and I'll just take her at her word with that. But I'm talking about what happened after the falling out, after she started going public, when she was doing her initial round of appearances. After she realized that Fresh was a piece of shit, she was still basically attacking him for wanting to get an abortion, right? And then she went ahead and got an abortion. That's what I'm referring to, the contradiction there.
I would say I don't know if she was continuously attacking him. I think it was more of like just jabbing at their religious values, right? So it's just jabbing at the hypocrisy of the religious values they claim to hold, but it wasn't really there. I mean, yeah, I guess it does make Daisy a hypocrite though, because she did get the abortion at the end of the day. But I mean, she is calling out Fresh, who does this shit on the daily and hides behind his religion. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was a good thing that she did. Like
that
I'm not trying to like bring this up to shit on Daisy. I
I
think she probably
understand.
did the right thing about coming about explaining her
And
side of the story. I'm
yeah,
just
I
saying that a
understand.
lot of people look at that and see that as a big contradiction.
And I'm fine with that. People can judge me from now because I know this was coming, but I still think I made the right decision. And I know people can say whatever they want. They can curse me right now, but I just know that I
Okay.
wanted this baby. I wanted this baby before, and I know this gonna look bad. I know, but I'm not regretting exposing.
Daisy